Kyokushin is a style of stand-up, full-contact karate, founded in 1964 by Korean-Japanese Masutatsu Oyama. Kyokushin is Japanese for the ultimate truth. It is rooted in a philosophy of self-improvement, discipline and hard training. Its full-contact style had international appeal. History: founding of International Karate Organization, Kyokushin. After formally establishing the Kyokushin in 1964, Oyama directed the organization through a period of expansion. Oyama hand-picked instructors who displayed ability in marketing the style and gaining new members. Oyama would choose an instructor to open a new dojo. The instructor would move to the town and demonstrate his karate skills in public places. After that, word of mouth would spread through the local area until the dojo had a dedicated core of students. Oyama also sent instructors to other countries such as the Netherlands, Australia and the United States of America, Great Britain, Canada and Brazil to spread Kyokushin in the same way. Many students, including John Blooming, Steve Arneill, and Howard Collins, traveled to Japan to train with Oyama directly. In 1969, Oyama staged the first All-Japan Full-Contact Karate Open Championships and Terutomo Yamazaki became the first champion. All-Japan Championships have been held at every year. In 1975, the first World Full-Contact Karate Open Championships were held in Tokyo. World Championships have been held at 4 yearly intervals since. Split after Oyama's death. After Mas Oyama's death, the International Karate Organization split into 2 groups, primarily due to personal conflicts over who should succeed Oyama as chairman. One group led by Shohei Matsui became known as IKO-1, and a second group led by Yukio Nishida and Sanpei was known as IKO-2. The will was proven to be invalid in the Family Court of Tokyo in 1995. Before his death, Oyama named no one as his successor, although he did mention Matsui to be the most eligible one. In 1995, any new Kyokushin organization that claimed the name IKO Kyokushin were referred to by Kyokushin practitioners by numbers, such as IKO-1, IKO-2, etc. Due to this breakup, many attempted to establish their own leadership. For example, IKO-2 was not organized by the family, although Chiyako Oyama was asked to succeed after her husband as Kansho. Chiyako Oyama stepped away from the political fight and founded the Mas Oyama Memorial Foundation with her daughters, still retaining the rights to the companies that managed IKO Kyokushin during Mas Oyama's leadership. Present status: internationally known, Japanese-based organizations that claim the name International Karate Organization include IKO Kyokushin Sosai, organized by Mas Oyama's daughter, Christina Oyama, which by court order has the rights to Mas Oyama's Honbu. IKO Kyokushin Matsui Ha or Ichigi-Eki, headed by Shohei Matsui. IKO Kyokushin All Japan Kyokushin Union Kyokushin Rengukai, headed by Yasuhiro Shichinoe. Other Japanese Kyokushin groups no longer officially claiming the original name of IKO and Kyokushin. WKO Kyokushin, headed by Kenji Midori as president. International Honbu Kyokushin Shogakukai Foundation Kyokushin headed by Hatsuhiro Yama as president. Kyokushin groups outside Japan. International Federation of Karate Kyokushin, founded by former IKO member Steve Arneill. Kyokushin Budokai IBK, founded by former IKO John Blooming. International Kyokushin Union, founded by former IKO member David Farzanzad. International Kyokushin Association, founded by former IKO member Carlos Costa, based in Brazil. International Kyokushin Karate Federation, founded by former IKO member Tyub Azizov, based in Azerbaijan. Oyama's widow died in June 2006 after a long illness. Masu Oyama's youngest daughter, Kikuko, now oversees the management of the original IKO Kyokushin Icon Honbu. She also published a book in 2010, a collective memoir of Masu Oyama and his teachings. In May 2012, the Japanese Patent Office granted the Kyokushin-related trademarks to Kikuko Kuristina Oyama, after years of long court battle. She has internationally trademarked and copyrighted her father's work and devotes the proceeds to various charities. Name: Oyama had designed the kanji of Kyokushin to resemble the samurai sword safely placed in its sheath. Kanji is the representation of the word Kyokushin, which is the name of the Yua style. Translated, Kyoku means ultimate, Shin means truth or reality, and Kai means to join or to associate. In essence, Kyokushin, roughly translated, means ultimate truth. This concept has less to do with the Western meaning of truth. Rather, it is more in keeping with the Bushido concept of discovering the nature of one's true character when tried. One of the goals of Kyokushin is to strengthen and improve character by challenging oneself through rigorous training. Techniques and training. Kyokushin training consists of three main elements: technique, forms, and sparring. These are sometimes referred to as the 3 Ks, after the Japanese words for them: kihon, kata, and kumite. Kata is a form of ritualized self-training in which patterned or memorized movements are done in order to practice a form of combat maneuvering. According to a highly regarded Kyokushin text, the Budo Karate of Masu Oyama, by Cameron Quinn, longtime interpreter to Oyama, the kata of Kyokushin are classified into Northern and Southern kata. The Northern kata stems from the Shurite tradition of karate, and are drawn from Shotokan karate, which Oyama learned while training under Gichin Funakoshi. Some areas now phase out the prefix sono in the kata names. Taikyoku Sono Ichi, Taikyoku Sono Ni, Taikyoku Sono San. The Taikyoku kata were originally created by Gichin Funakoshi, founder of Shotokan karate. Pin and Sono Ichi, Pin and Sono Ni, Pin and Sono San, Pin and Sono Yon, Pin and Sono Go. The 5 pin and katas, known in some other styles as Er-an, were originally created in 1904 by Anko Itazu, a master of Shurite and Shorin-yu. He was a teacher to Gichin Funakoshi. Pinin literally translates as peace and harmony. Kanku Dai. Some organizations have removed the Dai from the name, calling it only Kanku, as there is no Sho or other alternate Kanku variation practiced in Kyokushin. The Kanku kata was originally known as Kusanku or Kushankus, and is believed to have either been taught by, or inspired by, a Chinese martial artist who was sent to Okinawa as an ambassador in the Ryukyu Kingdom during the 16th century. Kanku translates to sky watching. Sushiho. The kata Sushiho is a greatly modified version of the old Okinawan kata that in Shotokan is known as Gorjushiho, and in some other styles as Yusushi. The name means 54 steps, referring to a symbolic number in Buddhism. Basai Dai. A very old Okinawan kata of unknown origin. The name Basai Pasai translates to storm a castle. It was originally removed from the Kyokushin syllabus in the late 1950s, but was reintroduced into some Kyokushin factions after Oyama's death and the resulting fractioning of the organization. tradition, Nihonchi. This kata is a very old Okinawan kata, also known as Teki and Shotokan. It is generally classified as belonging to the Tomari-Tate traditions. The name Teki translates to iron horse, but the meaning of the name Nihonchi is internal divided conflict. It was originally removed from the Kyokushin syllabus in the late 1950s, but was reintroduced into some Kyokushin factions after Oyama's death and the resulting fractioning of the organization. Unique Sokugi Taikyoku Sono Ichi. Sokugi Taikyoku Sono Ni. Sokugi Taikyoku Sono San. These three kata were created by Masutatsu Oyama to further develop kicking skills and follow the same imbusen as the original Taikyoku kata. Sokugi literally means kicking, while Taikyoku translates as grand ultimate view. They were not formally introduced into the Kyokushin syllabus until after the death of Oyama. The Southern kata stems from the Nahate tradition of karate and are drawn from Goju-Ryu karate, which Oyama learned while training under Sunechu and Gogen Yamaguchi. One exception may be the kata Janzu, which possibly originates with Motobu Hashituyu, where it is called Hansen or Hansen. There is much debate about the origin of Janzu. Gekusai Dai, Gekusai Sho. Gekusai was created by Chojun Miyagi, founder of Goju-Ryu karate. The name means attack and smash. Tensho. Tensho is one of the older, more fundamental katas. Its origins are based on the point and circle principles of Kempo. It was heavily influenced by the late Chojun Miyagi and was regarded as an internal yet advanced kata by Oyama. The name means rotating palms and is regarded as the connection between the old and modern karate. Sanchin. Sanchin is a very old kata with roots in China. The name translates to 3 points, or 3 battles. The version done in Kyokushin is most closely related to the version Kanryo Higashiyama, teacher of Chojun Miyagi, taught. Cipher. Originally a Chinese kata, it was brought to Okinawa by Kanryo Higashiyama. Its name translates to smash and tear down. Saioshin. Originally a Chinese kata, regarded as very old. It was also brought to Okinawa by Kanryo Higashiyama. The name translates roughly to grip and pull into battle. Saipai. Originally a Chinese kata, it was also brought to Okinawa by Kanryo Higashiyama. The name translates to the number 18, which is significant in Buddhism. Janzu. Janzu originates with Motobu Hashituyu. The name translates to keep pure. Suki no kata. This kata was created by Seigotada, founder of the Seigokan branch of Goju-Ryu. In Seigokan Goju-Ryu the kata is known as Kifon Suki no kata and is one of 2 katas created by the founder. How the kata was introduced into Kyokushin is largely unknown, but since Tadashi Nakamura are often claimed in error as the creator of the kata in Kyokushin, speculations of that he introduced it into Kyokushin after learning it from his Goju-Ryu background. Unique Garyu. The kata Garyu is not taken from traditional Okinawan karate but was created by Oyama and named after his pen name, which is the Japanese pronunciation of the characters, the name of the village in Korea where he was born. Ura kata. Several kata are also done in ura, which essentially means all turns are done spinning around. The ura, or reverse kata, were developed by Oyama as an aid to developing balance and skill in circular techniques against multiple opponents. Taikyoku sono ichi ura, Taikyoku sono ni ura, Taikyoku sono san ura, Pinan sono ichi ura, Pinan sono ni ura, Pinan sono san ura, Pinanso no Yonyura, Pinanso no Goyura. Sparring, also called kumite, is used to train the application of the various techniques within a fighting situation. Sparring is usually an important part of training in most Kyokushin organizations, especially at the upper levels with experienced students. In most Kyokushin organizations, hand and elbow strikes to the head and neck are prohibited. However, kicks to the head, knee strikes, punches to the upper body, and kicks to the inner and outer leg are permitted. In some Kyokushin organizations, especially outside of a tournament environment, gloves and shin protectors are worn. Children often wear headgear to lessen the impact of any kicks to the head. Speed and control are instrumental in sparring, and in a training environment it is not the intention of either practitioner to injure his opponent, as much as it is to successfully execute the proper strike. Tournament fighting under knockdown karate rules is significantly different, as the objective is to down an opponent. Full contact sparring in Kyokushin is considered the ultimate test of strength, endurance, techniques and spirit. Self-defense, also known as Goshin Jutsu, the specific self-defense techniques of the style draw much of the techniques and tactics from Masu Oyama's study of Daito Ueki Jujutsu under Yoshida Kitaro. These techniques were never built into the formal grading system, and as Kyokushin grew increasingly sport-oriented, the self-defense training started to fall into obscurity. Today it is only practiced in a limited number of dojos. Grading colored belts have their origin in judo, as does the training gi, or more correctly in Japanese dogi or keikogi. In Kyokushin, the order of the belts varies in some breakaway groups. The kyu ranks and belt colors are as follows, with the kyu grade black stripes optional. Note: makyu of the white belt literally means no grade. Influence: Kyokushin has had an influence on many other styles. The knockdown karate competition format is now used by other styles. Karate styles that originated in Kyokushin, such as Ashihara Karate, Budokaido, Godokai, Enshin Karate, Seido-juku's Musakai, Shodokan and Saidokan, are also knockdown styles and use slight variations of the competition rules. A few styles originated independently of Kyokushin and have adopted the competition format. Kokondo is derived from Kyokushin, albeit without a strong focus on competition, with the emphasis rather on realistic Goshin Jutsu. Some styles originating in Kyokushin have changed to mixed martial arts rules. Kickboxing has been seen as a natural progression for Kyokushin competitors, and many of Japan's top kickboxers have started in knockdown karate. The influence of Kyokushin can be seen in the K1 kickboxing tournament that originated out of the Saidokan Karate organization, which is an offshoot from Kyokushin. Kyokushin is the basis of glove karate, a knockdown karate format wearing boxing gloves and allowing punches to the head. Glove karate rules are used in Kyokushin Karate Iran. In popular culture, video games, the movesets of Yu and Ken from Capcom Street Fighter franchise are based on Kyokushin. Yu is said to be based on Yoshiji Sino, a student of Masu Oyama. In Namco's Tekken series, Jin Kazama is said to travel to Brisbane, Australia to learn karate. At the time of Tekken's creation, Cameron Quinn, a well-known instructor of Kyokushin karate, Masu Oyama's interpreter, and the author of the Budo Karate of Masu Oyama, was teaching students such as Gary O'Neill and Walter Schnorbelt at his well-known Kyokushin dojo. In the city of Brisbane, Jin Kazama uses the art of Kyokushin karate from Tekken 4 to Tekken 7. He can be seen practicing Yanzu and Pinanso no Yonkata in various demonstration modes in the Tekken series. Kadonashi Shotaro and his students from Namco's Urban Reign use the art of Kyokushin Kai Jinkujo, for the Virtua Fighter series, practices varied forms of full-contact karate, including Kyokushin karate. Solara from Marvel Nemesis, Rise of the Imperfects is said to practice Kyokushin. Kyokushin karate is a fictional martial art from SNK Playmore's Art of Fighting, Fatal Fury, and King of Fighter series. Kyokushin, which is practiced by Ryo Sakazaki, Robert Garcia, Yuri Sakazaki, Takuma Sakazaki and Marco Rodriguez, Kushnudbat, is heavily based on Kyokushin karate. Toreo Onigawara in the arcade game The Fallen Angels is a master of Kyokushin karate. Ichigeki Hagan no Hito is a 3D fighting game for the PlayStation that focuses primarily on Kyokushin karate, including training and full-contact competitions. Karate Master Knockdown Blow, a recent game from Korean Soft that is heavy Kyokushin-based. Movies, a trilogy of films starring Son Ichiba and directed by Kazuhiko Yamaguchi, were produced in Japan between 1975 and 1977. Champion of Death, Karate Bear Fighter and Karate for Life. Chiba plays Master Oyama, who also appears in 2 of the films. The actor Dolph Lundgren has a 3rd Dan black belt in Kyokushin. The James Bond movie You Only Live Twice, starring Sean Connery, was filmed largely in Japan and featured a karate demonstration by a number of well-known Kyokushin students, including Shigeo Kato and Akio Fujihira, who was one of the 3 fighters who took up the Muay Thai challenge in 1964 and who fought in the ring for many years under the name of Noboru Osawa. TV Kyokushin was featured on Fight Quest on Discovery Channel as the Japanese martial arts style. Kyokushin was the style of karate featured in an episode of Human Weapon. Kyokushin was studied by a character named Sutton in an episode of Elementary. Notable practitioners